We got an NFC Championship rematch between Minnesota Vikings and Kirk Cousins and Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFL on Fox. The weather is absolutely ideal for this matchup in the NFC. A fun one here today as the Minnesota Vikings are at home taking on the Philadelphia Eagles on a 43-degree chilly afternoon inside this beautiful stadium. We get ready for the matchup between Kirk Cousins at home to face off against Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles here today in this afternoon on a chilly NFL on Fox Sunday matchup. Meanwhile, for the visiting Philadelphia Eagles coming off a heartbreaking loss to the Cleveland Browns, and we watched that here today as Philadelphia won the toss. They elected to defer, so we get to see Kirk Cousins first on the field. And here we go, live in Minneapolis, Minnesota, with Amir Abdullah back deep to receive. And he's got a good return outside the 28-yard line, shy of the 30, as we get set to see Kirk Cousins on the field. And what a story he was coming with this franchise. The handoff is to Adrian Peterson, who just signed back with the Philadelphia Eagles, with the Minnesota Vikings on a carry of less than a yard. No gain on the play with a loss on the play. That was a nice play made by Fletcher Cox, number 91, against the center Jared Bradbury. And this is some offense led by Kirk Cousins. You got Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen in the tight end, in the wide receiver position. And in the tight end position, you got Kyle Rudolph. And handoff is to Adrian Peterson, gets some positive yardage for a gain of about 6 yards. 3rd down and 4. Let's see what Kirk Cousins does on 3rd down. Cousins wide open is Adam Thielen at the 50-yard line at midfield. And with a first down inside the 49 of Philly, and it's a Minnesota first down. We got Pro Bowlers here today. We got Adam Thielen, number 19. He's been a phenomenal wide receiver during the course of his career with the Minnesota Vikings. A Pro Bowler. He's never been to his first Super Bowl with this franchise, and that's when we talk about this Minnesota offense. Peterson split out as receiver, right on the left side. Pass is caught by Peterson out of the backfield, shoved out of bounds by Rodney McLeod, and it's another first down for Philadelphia. You see number 26 for the offense, Adrian Peterson. He's the player to watch. He comes on a pivot route, and Adrian Peterson with great positive yards. He was knocked down by Ronald Darby, virtually untouched during the course of that gainage. Handoff is to Peterson. Broke a tackle, trying to keep his balance. It's a gain of 9. Fletcher Cox couldn't make the tackle, and it's a 9-yard completion. A carry for Adrian Peterson. Cousins, and a nice drive going. The pass is incomplete for Smith Jr. Irvin Smith Jr., he was wide open on the play action. Drop balls to start this ball game for Irvin. He was absolutely wide open. No doubt about it. The ball was right in his hands for the tight end. Meanwhile, on 3rd down and 1, off the play action, pass is caught by Kyle Rudolph, and it's another first down to the 10-yard line, right down in the red zone as Kyle Rudolph converts the 3rd down conversion, and it's another first down for Minnesota. Well, Kyle Rudolph, number 82, he off the play action. That was just a beautiful route. A great route running tight end against the linebacker, number 53 of Philly, and Nigel Bram. First and goal for Minnesota. And Cousins down the field, passes somehow into the arms of Adrian Peterson, almost towards the end zone, but a great catch on that drift by Kirk Cousins. Not used to Kirk Cousins sliding into the pocket, and he throws a dangerous pass, but somehow completes it to Kamut against Kamut Kruger-Hill in the coverage of Adrian Peterson. Short of the goal line. Let's see what Minnesota does.
All right, here we go.
On second and goal, and they're not going to get it as Adrian Peterson gets swallowed up by Nigel Bram. Third down and goal with the end of the first quarter. On third and goal, you see what Kirk Cousins does. It's hit as he throws, and it's a 3-and-out to start the game for Kirk Cousins. The pressure was coming to him, coming on the blitz, and that was the linebacker number 55 of the defense for Philly, Brandon Graham, on the defensive line. They want to go for it on fourth and goal. Let's see what Kirk Cousins does on fourth and goal. And wide open, Kyle Rudolph is in with a Minnesota touchdown. Off the fourth down conversion to get into the end zone, it's Kyle Rudolph in for his first score in here in Minneapolis to start this matchup in the NFC. These two teams met in the playoffs in the NFC Championship game as Philadelphia won that game, moved on to Super Bowl 52 against the New England Patriots. And that was led by the quarterback, Nick Foles, who just signed, it was added from a trade to the Chicago Bears. As it's a 7-0 lead, Dan Bailey to kick it away, former Cowboy. And back deep is Miles Sanders, number 26. And Miles Sanders gets swallowed up down to the 24-yard line, short of the 25, where he would have took a knee at to make it a touchback. As Carson Wentz leads his offense on the field to try and answer Kirk Cousins to start this game. Cousins down the field. The pass is incomplete for Wentz, intended for the receiver Alshon Jeffrey. Not very safe coverage for the Minnesota Vikings. They trying to go for a deep route, but Trey Waynes, number 26, made some excellent coverage on Nelson Aguilar. We got some offense here today for Philly. We got Nelson Aguilar and Alshon Jeffrey on Jordan Howard in the backfield. He gets a gain of 9. Wrestled down by Hill after a gain of 9. It's 3rd and 1. 3rd down and 1. With about 1 minute and 5 left in the first half. Wentz in a deep drop. Wentz escapes the pressure, throws it way short for the tight end, Zach Ertz, who was absolutely wide open down the field. Great coverage down the field, especially for the defensive line for the Minnesota Vikings, with Daniel Hunter in the defensive end position. Zylstra, number 15, was on the return. No minimum game.
All right, here we go.
The defense does their job, and Kirk Cousins makes the throw, and Irvin, who had a drop ball earlier in the first half in the goal line,
Here we go now.
trying to make up for his incompletion. Play action, looking down the field, nearly picked off on the deep ball. A story for Kirk Cousins. He was signed as a free agent from the Washington Redskins, signed a 6-year deal one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league, along with Russell Wilson in the Seattle Seahawks and Matt Ryan of the Atlanta Falcons.
Here we go.
This pass is caught by Kyle Rudolph. First down and more inside the 5, and he's in for another Minnesota touchdown. This is not what you want to see if you're Philadelphia, especially for the coverage down the field. And Doug Peterson is looking frustrated, trying to find ways to stop this tight end for the Minnesota Vikings with Kyle Rudolph. Snap and hold, they're good, and that one is perfect. As Dan Bailey knocks it down the goalpost, and it's a 14-0 lead with 34 seconds left in the first half. As Dan Bailey will kick it away with Miles Sanders waiting deep. Miles Sanders with 4 seconds expired from the 34 seconds, now down to 30 seconds. As Carson Wentz will try to find ways to answer Kirk Cousins. On the backfield, it's Jordan Howard, tackled by Michael Kendricks at the linebacker spot. And this is some defense for Minnesota with a timeout by Philly. Sort things out. But the defense for the Minnesota Vikings, they got a lot of weapons on display, especially for the secondary. You got the defensive line, you got Danielle Hunter in the defensive end spot, Everson Griffin and Linville Joseph, and Ifeadi Odiambo as a free agent from the Seattle Seahawks. In the linebackers, you got Rashard Clear making his first career NFL start, and with Eric Kendricks and with Eric Wilson, number 50, having himself a debut today, and with Kentrell Brothers, number 40. Other defense in the secondary is outstanding. Picked with a rookie with Anthony Harris, led with Xavier Rhodes as a Pro Bowler, and McKinsey Alexander and Holton Hill, and Harrison Smith, the Pro Bowl safety. After that incompletion, 3rd and 2, Carson Wentz down to the sideline, stays in bounds, but the clock continued to run. But Deshaun Jackson signed back from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, trying to get in field goal range. And the pass is incomplete for Nelson Aguilar. The ball was almost nearly could have been picked off by Harrison Smith, the Pro Bowler. Not used to Carson Wentz making these kinds of mistakes here today. That was nearly picked off by Wilson of the Minnesota defense. Down the field, Pat, it's no good. As Minnesota will march off the field with a 14-0 halftime lead. As Philly did won the toss, so they did defer, but they will get the ball to start the second half. And what a first half it was for the Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins with 2 touchdown passes today, and with Kyle Rudolph his two touchdown game in the first half, as Philly will get the ball to start the second half. And the second half is about to start. Dan Bailey on to kick it away, and with Miles Sanders. Let's see what Carson Wentz and Doug Peterson want to do to try and answer Mike Zimmer's offense with Kirk Cousins, trying to find ways to get a score on the board. Here's Carson Wentz in the pocket, down the middle of the field. It's intercepted right into the hands of Anthony Harris. On the first play from scrimmage, and Anthony Harris came in as a rookie a couple of years ago, has an interception here today against Zach Ertz, the tight end. On the deep ball too, Anthony Harris was slowed down. He's with great field position at the 35-yard line. That's where Mike Zimmer will get Kirk Cousins in the offense on the field. Off the play action, Kirk Cousins. Pass is incomplete. Deflected, but nearly picked off. It was intended for the tight end, Urban. On a quick throw, passes Smith, the tight end. Having himself a good day. His first in his second career start for the Minnesota offense. Pass is caught wide open to Stephon Diggs. His first catch of the game, who has been quiet in the first half. He gets his first catch of the game. Off the play action passing, and Rudolph pass is going to be caught by Rudolph. With another first down, Kyle Rudolph, who has 2 touchdowns in the first half and had the longest play from scrimmage for the touchdown in the last drive. Pass is incomplete for Kirk Cousins. But an empty set for Minnesota. And that was he threw a quick dart over the middle. And that was intended for the receiver, Adam Thielen. On 2nd and 10. Meanwhile, the pass is somehow caught by Rudolph, and it's another first down against the corners, Rodney McLeod. And it's another first down for Minnesota. Doug Peterson trying to find a ways to stop this offense, and it's not working here today. Like I said earlier in the first half, these two teams met in the playoffs a couple of years ago. Minnesota and Philly, they met in an NFC Championship game that we experienced. And Nick Foles led the offense, and he led them to a Super Bowl. And that was a drop ball for Adam Thielen. 2nd and 10 coming up. Yeah, Nick Foles, who was requested from a trade from the Jacksonville Jaguars, signed from the Chicago Bears on a trade, who took Philadelphia to the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots in Minneapolis. The pass is caught by Rudolph and having himself a heck of an afternoon. 1st and goal, timeout by Philly to sort things out on defense. There's Adrian Peterson, who's been quiet during the course of the game. 2nd and goal. An I formation. Handoff is to Peterson. Nowhere to go. Nigel Graham, excuse me, made the initial contact, and it's a stop. 3rd and goal. Can they get a stop on offense? And they're not going to get it, as Kyle Rudolph will get in for his 3rd touchdown today against the Philadelphia Eagles, as he celebrates with the fans in Minneapolis. And Kirk Cousins with his 3rd touchdown pass today. This is unbelievable to watch, especially if you're Doug Peterson of the Philadelphia Eagles defense, and they just cannot get a stop here today. On the 2-point try, empty set for Philly. The pass is deflected. I guess it was intended for Irvin. He was in the triple coverage down in the end zone. On a 20-0 lead, Dan Bailey kicks it, and Miles Sanders, he gets a nice return, and he's inside the 35. That's where Carson Wentz will lead the offense on the field. Here's Carson Wentz. No gain on the play. against Everson Griffin, who's down on the field. Well, Everson Griffin, number 97, he's down on the ground, and he got hit real hard after the play. He was in a lot of playing, but he's back on the field. Jordan Howard back in the backfield. Handoff is to Howard, former Chicago Bear, signed as a free agent to help solidify the running back spot for Philly. 3rd down and 5. Before the clock expired, wide open on the pass is caught by Zach Ertz. 4th down and 1. And they want to go for it on 4th down. Why not? To keep their drive alive. Line up in man-to-man coverage. Handoff is to Jordan Howard. And Howard will get positive yardage down inside the 40 on a 16-yard carry for Jordan Howard. Howard in that tailback. With the 4th quarter expiring, down the field, pass is caught on the missed tackle by the linebacker Eric Kendricks, and there's a lot of physical contact. Eric Kendricks and Deshaun Jackson jarring at each other after the play was over. A good stiff arm by Deshaun Jackson, the former Tampa Bay Buccaneer. They're 2nd and inches. What a day for the Minnesota defense, especially when Kyle Rudolph fumbled the football. Odiombo on the ball, and he's recovered. Just when we thought Philadelphia was going to keep their hopes alive, and it's a turnover on offense for the Philadelphia Eagles. Results as a fumble for Alshon Jeffrey. Eric Kendricks, who knocked the ball out clean, and there was a clear recovery by Odiombo, number 95, former Seattle Seahawk. He's down on the ground, and a nice fumble recovery. Pass is somehow caught in double coverage of Rodney McLeod and Camus Gruber-Hill. It was caught by Smith. Nothing doing, especially for the Philadelphia Eagles. They got no kind of momentum here today against this Philadelphia offense, especially for the defense. Doug Pearson not liking how Philly's playing. And Kyle Rudolph with another 1st down inside the 40. What a day for Kyle Rudolph as well. Over 153 total yards and 3 touchdown passes in this ballgame. Pass is caught by Thielen. And he's all celebrating with the fans here in Minneapolis and US Bank Stadium here on Fox. 23 seconds expiring. Cousins down the field. Pass is caught by Irvin. 18 seconds remaining. Play action in the end zone. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted by Malcolm Jenkins. 8 seconds remaining. No timeouts left for Philadelphia. And they will let the clock expire with Stephon Diggs in the backfield. And the clock will expire as Minnesota will win here today with a 20-0 win over the Philadelphia Eagles. And what a game for Kyle Rudolph, especially for Kirk Cousins. Over 300 passing yards in this ball game, and Kirk Cousins and for Kyle Rudolph, over 153 total yards and 3 touchdowns here today. As you tuned in to the NFL on Fox, we'll see you next Sunday. Goodbye from Minneapolis, Minnesota.